Good evening. We're coming on the air with breaking news.
Breaking news.
The Pentagon confirming that Iran
launched
more than a dozen ballistic missiles
from inside Iran into Iraq,
targeting American forces.
U.S. forces.
They are saying that there are also no casualties.
Jacqueline, what is President Trump saying today?
Well, he is, of course, reacting to this as well, and on Twitter, as to be expected.
President Trump will address the nation for the very first time.
I heard that they had headaches and a couple of other things, but I would say, and I can report, it is not very serious.
So you don't consider potential traumatic brain injury serious?
They told me about it numerous days later. You'd have to ask Department of Defense. No, I don't consider them very serious injuries relative to other injuries that I've seen.
Now what do I need? I just need that. I need that zester thingy. Oh yeah, Dr. Flores. He was the one who always threatened to take my license. And every time he did, I always thought, does this mean you're not going to validate my parking? Well, he never said that, because I gotta drive in order to get to work. Now, my first couple of headaches was when a battle lantern fell about 20 feet and cracked me in the head. Spent that night in medical, where a corpsman would wake me up every 2 hours to make sure I wasn't dead. I think his name was Ray. Nice guy. If you're a service member who just happens to suffer from a couple of headaches, I have some advice for you. First, keep in mind that your brain is going to take time to heal. And in the meantime, there's a good chance that you'll be different. There could be anger. There could be crying. You could, for example, threaten to kill the guy in front of you in the chow line just because he's going to get that hot dog and you want that hot dog even though he already has a burger. He wants to just leave it alone. For example, which reminds me, make sure to befriend your local military police, because if you're already buddies with the guy who shows up, not only is it a nicer experience when they place you in handcuffs, but on the way back to the station, they may even uncuff you, let you loose, and just tell you to burn off some steam in the gym, for example. Now, it's okay if you're a little off, but don't be dumb. And I mean this. I played sports to burn off that steam, but I picked contact sports. And 11 months after my first TBI, a guy knocked me over, and my next memory was a week later. I lost a week. And I gained constant migraines and later epilepsy. I also gained an increased risk of dementia and suicide. I struggle with memory and focus. But my last bit of advice to you if you've had a TBI is this. Let your limitations guide you, but don't let them define you. Let them guide you, like, I have seizures, so I probably shouldn't be a pilot. But I'm not gonna let it define who I am. Just because I have limitations doesn't mean I'm useless. Ignore that voice inside you that tells you that you can't have a positive impact simply because you have your limitations and your struggles. Which reminds me, one thing that I learned, and this is kind of weird, one thing that I learned that I think when you think, act like that voice inside your head is talking to someone else. Like you're still thinking, but act like someone else is listening to you just as you go on. I don't know, I've noticed that when I do that, I'm less likely to get stuck inside my own head and fall into dark places. No idea how it works. Takes some getting used to, but man, it's good stuff. Oh, there's that Zuster thing. All right, awesome. Now what was I gonna use that for?